Good afternoon, students. Welcome you all in computer science class. Today I am going to discuss chapter 1. The name of the chapter is More About Computers. So although we have discussed and still we are discussing the chapter 1 through online classes, also I think I have discussed the question answers, but I think it will be better if I explain in detail about this chapter, so it will be helpful for everyone. The first thing is more about the computers is the chapter 1 of class 6. First thing is the types of computers. Here the first topic is the types of the computers. The computers can be generally classified by size and power and can be classified under the following categories. So there are 4 categories of the computers. Number 1, microcomputers. Second is mini computers. Third is mainframe computers, and fourth is, all we know, that is the biggest one, the supercomputers. So first of all, we will discuss one by one about all this. So first is microcomputers. So micro means the small thing is called micro. So microcomputer means it is very clear to everyone, means this is the smallest computers. For example, laptop computers, desktop computers. So all these type of computers are microcomputers. It is also known as PC, personal computers. Now these microcomputers, as the first line is given here, the first the least expensive device that we normally call a computer a microcomputer. Now the types of the microcomputers. First is home computers, means which is used at home, that is called the home computers. A home computer is a microcomputer that is designed primarily for home use. For our personal work we use this type of computers. Now, this is generally called the desktop computers. Second is the laptop computers. So a laptop microcomputer is designed to use while traveling. Now this laptop computer also small in size and it is very good for everyone because we can carry this. We can carry this laptop computer wherever we want to travel. We can carry this laptop computer very easily. It is very light in weight, consume also less current, save electricity also. So there are many plus point of this, that is that laptop computers. Now turn the page number 6 is workstations. What is that? A powerful single user computer. It is also a single user computer is workstations. A workstation has powerful microprocessor and in general higher quality monitor. In this type of computer is a powerful, this computer has a very powerful microprocessor and high quality monitor also. Next one, personal computer. This personal computer PC is small in size, it is single user computer. Only one person can use this PCs. Next, mobile handheld computers. That means we can easily understood about from this, that means we can carry this. Handhold means we can carry also, we can hold easily, that is why it is called the handheld computers. Examples are personal digital assistant, that is PDA small form, short form is this. Next is palm top. Palm top is the smallest computer today in small in size. Palm top we can hold this very easily. Third one is smartphone. Smartphone is very common to everyone. We all know about this smartphone because we all are using this. Smartphone we can carry also, we can keep in our pocket, we can hold this, we can keep in the pocket also. So this is, these are the types of the handheld computers. After that, game console. Game console is another type of computer which is used to play the games. Generally it is used to play the video games. A video game that one or more people can play. In this game console, one or more person can play at a time in this type of computer. Last one is embedded computers. Embedded computers, some computer means some electronic gadgets are computerized. They are using computerized chips inside it. Like for examples, the desktop, laptop, notebook, sub-notebook, palm top, PDA. So these are the embedded computers which use this type of machines inside. We can see in the washing machine, the wristwatches, they are using this embedded computer inside it. Now we are coming to the next one, that is called the mini computers. After microcomputer, the next one is mini computers. Now micro is the smallest and after that is the mini computers. What is this? It is a multi-user computer. Microcomputer is single user computer and mini computer is a multi-user computer. That means more than one person can work in this, which is capable to supporting up to hundreds of users simultaneously. So they are biggest in size than microcomputers and they have higher processing speed and can be used by several users at a time. After that, mainframes. Mainframes means mainframe computers. Now these mainframe computers are used in the banks, in railways, in big offices, factories. So they use these mainframe computers. So these computers are useful in areas in like banks, airlines, government sectors. Examples of mainframe computers are IBM Z series, PDP-10, etc. Now we have come to the last one of this category, that is the supercomputer. Now supercomputers are the largest or the biggest computer and which is not generally used at home, not generally used in every places. It is used for some specific work, like for examples here, for scientific simulations, nuclear energy, weather forecasting. This type of work can be done with the help of the supercomputers. Supercomputers, it is very expensive and are employed for specialized applications that require immense amount of mathematical calculations. Now I am coming to, after the types of the computers, I am coming to the computer languages. What is computer language first? Now computer language means like human, we are for human being, we speak in our own language and that we can understand easily. So computer is what? It's a machine, it cannot understand our language because the language whatever we speak, the computer cannot understand. So computer needs only its own language, that is called the machine language. So computer language is of two types. First is given here, that is low level language is the first one. Low level language is a programming language that deals with the computer hardware and components. They are designed to operate and handle the entire hardware. This low level language is understood directly by the computer and it is loaded in the memory of the computers directly. And low level language is programming language, deals with the computer's hardware and the components also. The programs and applications written in low level language is directly executable without any translations, because low level language means the machine language. Whatever we write in low level language, computer can understand very easily. It do not need any translator to change from human language to machine language. Next one is assembly language. Now, assembly language uses the symbolic codes instead of the digits. The symbolic codes are used in this language. It is called the mnemonics instead of 0 and 1. Unlike machine language, instead of numbers, the program instructions are given English like names. Third one is high level language. Now what is high level language? It is understood by human being. Okay, we use this language to write the program for the computers. Now there are so many high level languages like BASIC, COBOL, Pascal, C, C++, Java. So these are the kind of the high level languages. So these are very useful for us to write the instructions in the computers, and this required one translator which can translate our language to the computer language. Then computer can understood what is written in its language. Now the next one, come to page number 9, the fourth generation language, that is fourth generation programming language are closer to the human language.